another edition of Spillin the Tea. It is a pleasure to introduce you to James Pereira, our brand new coordinator of youth and young adult ministries.
Yes.
Welcome to the team, James. We're really excited to have you here. I'd just like to remind everyone about our food drive, the weekend of April the 2nd and the 3rd. Please bring in food so we can help restock the local food bank. That would be very, very helpful. April the 2nd and the 3rd. Please bring your food to the Mass. What else do I have to say today? Next week, I'm really excited that Father Owen Conley, who I know many of you know and love, will be here for our mission. So Monday, 7 to 8:30 p.m., Tuesday, 7 to 8:30 p.m., and on Wednesday, we will have Father Owen will be presiding at the Mass that starts at 7 p.m. So our parish mission next week, that's March 20th, 21st, and 22nd at 7 p.m. James Pereira.
That is my name.
I'm just delighted you're here. So James is in a half-time position. Now, as you will recall from the town hall that we had in November, I'm sure you recall it. Don't you recall everything that's said that far back? There are 3 positions that I've through Finance Council and anyway, we're hiring 3 positions. The first was a coordinator of evangelization and engagement. That's Ronnie Lund. The second is a coordinator of community care. He starts in April. And our third is a half-time position right now, James Pereira. So James, it's a pleasure to be here. And so our purpose in this conversation is for people to get to know you, to know your heart. I want people to see the heart that I've seen in you. And that's why we've hired you.
And I have to say before we start,
Yeah.
I'm a huge Spillin the Tea fan.
There you go.
Active subscriber.
An active subscriber of Spillin the Tea. There you go. Well, cheers to that. James, tell us, before we get into the details about the job and stuff, tell us a little bit about yourself. What's your background? Where do you,
Yeah. Well, my name is James, as you previously mentioned. I was born and raised in Ottawa, Ontario, so they call me an Upper Canadian. I married into the Brown family, the Brown dynasty. So Maria, formerly Brown, second oldest, and we got married this past June. And we had a very, very fun re-wedding celebration here at Stella Maris.
Yeah, you mentioned Spillin the Tea. Is there a Brown reality TV show?
We're working on it.
Okay,
Yeah,
I thought so.
it's in production.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that's where I came from.
Good. And what attracts you to this ministry that we've hired you into?
So I grew up in youth ministry. My parents work for an organization called Net Ministries of Canada. It's a Canadian Catholic youth ministry. We travel across Canada running retreats for high school students and starting parish youth ministries. So I grew up in that community. My mentors and my friends as a child, as a teenager, were Net missionaries. So young adults between the ages of 18 and 30 who were just on fire for their faith. So obviously that had a huge impact on me, which then led me into, when I finished high school, I knew that I had to become a Net missionary as well.
Yeah, good stuff. Tell us a little more about your Net experience.
Yeah. So I was on a traveling retreat team. So I traveled as far east as out here in Halifax, as far west as Vancouver, as far north as Whitehorse, and everywhere in between. So usually that would mean 2 or 3 days in a community where we would run a few retreats at the local high school or at the local parish, anywhere from 30 to 100 high school, middle school students. And then we jump in the van, drive somewhere else, and do it all over again. So it was a long, exhausting, but fantastic year. And then following that, I did another year with their staff program as a youth coordinator for a parish in Ottawa.
Okay. What was that parish?
That was Annunciation of the Lord.
And who was the pastor?
Father Rob Arsenault.
Who was known and loved here. So that's lovely.
And known and loved there as well.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. It's too bad about the new Father Rob. Tell us about your approach to youth ministry.
Yeah, so a huge part of my experience with NET was community. I lived in community for 2 years. 1 year, as I mentioned, traveling across Canada, and the other year in a household with six other men. And that experience of community and a relationship with people my own age, but also people older than me, was very transformative, and I would hope that we can provide a similar experience for young people. I want to say that this parish doesn't need a youth minister. We need 50 or 100. And so I see a huge part of my job as helping to engage the adult members of this parish, parents, empty nesters, everyone, in the formation of young people into spiritually mature, on fire young adults and current and future members of our church.
Yeah, no, that's good. I'm glad you mentioned that. In fact, that's why all of these 3 positions, of which you've filled one, the coordinator of youth and young adult ministries, the other 2 positions we have start with coordinator, precisely because of this point. I don't expect Ronnie Lunn to be the only evangelist in the parish. Yeah. His job is to coordinate our evangelistic effort. His job is to coordinate other evangelists that God is calling. Yeah. Your job as a coordinator is to help raise up these youth ministers and others to support your ministry, so that the youth component of our parish can come alive in faith as well. Faith, hope, and love, of course.
Amen.
Yeah, good stuff. How was the move down here?
Not stressful at all, surprisingly.
Yeah.
It was very smooth.
Yeah.
Had a lot of community to support us back home.
Yeah.
And similarly, as soon as we got here.
That's great, James.
Yeah.
Well, we're happy you and Maria are here. We're happy you are on staff. And you have another half-time job.
I do.
With the chaplaincy down at the diocese. So you work on campus with young adults as well.
Yeah.
So this is right in your wheelhouse. This is right. This flows out of a place of a beautiful sense of calling for you, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good stuff, my brother. Thank you for this.
Thank you.
Yeah, I look forward to you folks getting to meet dear James as we all strive to be a beacon of faith, hope, and love here in our community. God bless. Take care.